Happy Friday, beautiful believers. Um, I hope that everybody's just had a beautiful week. I hope that if you had challenges this week, that you just went to the Lord and kind of let Him calm your fears, calm your anxiety, or whatever words you want to put on it. I just wanted to share. Don't even know if this video will reach anyone. I actually jumped off social media for a while, and because I just wanted to have the right heart posture when I was coming with these videos, and I just really wanted to have the right idea and expectations of what would happen. So I'm just going to come back and kind of share things since I've grown a lot in the last 3 months. Um, and I'm just going to allow the Lord to put this in front of whomever He wants to see it, because I do understand that everything is not for everyone. Everyone's on a different part of their walk or their journey. So everything's not going to resonate. And I don't believe that everybody should listen to every message. So hopefully the Lord is just using me to get this out to whomever He wants it to go to, including myself. So I'm just sitting here, and this is what comes to me. Um, I contributed. I contributed. So I'm gonna just read what I wrote down, so that it's not anything where I'm babbling on and on. I used to say, God, why is this happening? And that's a valid question sometimes in your situation or your circumstance. But one answer is, how did I contribute? So, what move did I or didn't I make? What prayer didn't I say? What warning didn't I heed? So I'm just, the reason for this is because I'm watching a video, and I'll just explain that in a minute. And I'm thinking, like, people love to say, God, why are you doing this, or why is this happening? But in my journey this last 3 months, just to be totally connected to God, I now understand that God is not doing the things to us that are happening to us. For me to get on here and be like, I have financial struggles, or I struggle financially because of my poor spending habits, or I struggle with my weight, or I struggle with being accepted by people and things like that. None of that is God, and I'm really understanding that now. Like, when people say none of this is of God, absolutely 100% correct, because God only has good things for us. He is only here to look out for and take care of us when we allow these things to distract us. He keeps our feet on the ground, right? So everything I've gone through financially or whatever, all that I can do is really thank God that He has kept me through some or all of my mistakes. If it wasn't for Him, I would not be standing after making all these mistakes, right? There's probably, like, I know I envision that picture where there's like the guy, he's down on his knees praying, and like all these things are coming onto his back, and Jesus is just standing there like as a shield. Basically, that's what God has been doing. He's the shield. He hasn't caught. Why would the person who shields you from it do it to you, right? Doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, this, I say all that to just say, everything that's going on around you, you need to look at it and understand how you contributed to it. That's why it's big not to be a person who points fingers and things of that nature, because you have to find out how you contributed in order for you to figure out how to get out of it, right? And to get God's help to get out of it. And if you prideful and you're like, I didn't do this and I didn't do and I did, or just not understanding the bigger picture of how you played a role in it, I don't think you're gonna come out of it anytime soon. That's just my opinion, though. And like I said, only for people who are ready to hear this and who feel like this might resonate with them. So that brings me to this. Um, there are times you become involved in situations out of your control, or that are no fault of your own. And I want to say, this is not the result of some payback. That's not who God is. So I don't really believe that God is learning God and understanding Him as my Father. I don't think that my Father, my Creator, would be like oh, I'm doing this to get you back. I'm doing this to pay you back. I mean, even Jesus, when he came, he said, I didn't come here to condemn. So I don't feel like God is here to condemn us. Like, he is here to lovingly correct us, but I don't think he's here to pay us back for something we did, or, or anything like that. That's our mind. That's our carnal mind. That's our flesh mind. I'm watching a story of this family, and it was just devastating. It came up on my line today, and the post was just videos or things, and the title of the post was "Our First Vacation Since my kids were killed." And so I'm watching this lady's story, and she has 4 kids. 3 of her kids are killed in a car accident. They were hit by a drunk driver. The mom survived. She has severe injuries, but survives. And as I'm watching this, I don't know, my mind is just going, and it's like, hey, a lot of people would be like, why would God take her children? Why would God take 3 of her children? And it's so crazy, like the thoughts that go through my head, like so fast when I'm looking at things or trying to process things. And in that moment, I'm thinking like, why people are going to be thinking that, and I'm thinking like, God didn't do that. God didn't take her kids. It's unfortunate, and it's extremely sad. It broke my heart what she's going through, because I couldn't even imagine losing my kids or my grandkids or anything, like that, all at once. But anyway, I was thinking God didn't do that. That was the result of the actions of the driver who hit them. He wasn't obedient to God's word. So he was drinking to a point, and not saying it, the Bible said, I'm not going to get into the whole drinking debate, but he was drinking to a point that he was so impaired that he hit this car, killed these 3 children of this family, and devastated this whole family. And now they are having to live with the results of his disobedience to God, right? So that would be those situations where, it's out of your control, or not, you're not at fault, right? So for that family, I mean, I love that they are still standing on God. It doesn't seem like they're blaming God or anything like that. So I thank God for that. And they're probably seeing the beauty for ashes that God brings, because now the mom goes and she just, she talks to people about DUI, which is extremely important, but she would not even have probably thought about doing that if this hadn't happened to her, right? But again, no fault of her own. But it is the fault of someone who was disobedient to God. Now remember, God is giving us all good things, right? So he didn't say, I want this, I really want to put you through this pain. Like, he just uses that for in both instances. So now I don't know what's going on with the driver or whatnot, and hopefully he's fine. And because he's now killed 3 people and devastated this family forever, right? But it was his disobedience. It wasn't God. It was him, like I said, drinking too much, getting behind the wheel, and devastating this family. So anyway, so there are times when you don't contribute, and there are times when you do contribute, but the things of this world that happen to us, and I've never been through something traumatic where it was at somebody else's fault. I have to say, but based on my personal walk, that I contributed. And when I looked at it all, back at all the things that happened to me, and the ripple effects, and the aftermath and of me, I contributed, and I have to take full responsibility for my contribution to my situations. And everyone needs to do that. If we did that more, maybe we would not point so many fingers, and we wouldn't be in the situations that we're in as a world today. But that's a whole nother topic. I'm just gonna go, because I'll start rambling. But I love y'all, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, and just, give you something to think about. It's just a thought. Love y'all. Have a beautiful Friday. Peace.